Alright. Guess I'll get started. Or let me just state why I'm here. You know? So, I guess last time I did an episode on the kind of like ways to structure pressure and create threat, right? So, that kind of episode, I guess I'll upload it to YouTube right after I upload this one. Or right before I upload this one. But pretty much the idea is, you know, you need to craft threat so that you can start crafting your neutral game plan. And it's pretty, like, obvious of an idea because, like, you know, people are going to be like, yeah, if you're blocking, you know, you can take mix-ups and stuff like that, but the kind of mix-ups that people would structure are not really strong, right? So, ultimately, we get a lot of situations where, you know, people are playing like characters like Ragna, and you end up blocking, and they're like, yeah, you're blocking, I'm gonna do Gauntlet Hades, and it doesn't work out through a certain level of play and stuff like that. So, because of the constraints of strong pressure, what we talked about, strong pressure being like establishing sandwich pressure, right? The considerations on how to do that in neutral while maintaining low risk are, like, it's pretty important, right? So when you think about a, like, you know, a very very infamous strong team, you know, we've got Team Scythe, right? We've got Ruby Gord, and people talk about this team being strong, but no one really knows why the team is strong. Well, they're just like, oh, I just got mixed up. I took this left-right mix-up, but it's also about how this team gets into this scenario from neutral, right? So this is one of the main strengths in the team, right? Because, you know, you gotta play neutral to get in, of course. So one of the nice things about Ruby is she can go extremely high in the air and go everywhere, right? And it's very funny. So look, she can establish a sandwich position from you just being there, right? And a lot of times you won't be able to attack the assist the proper way, and this assist hits so high. Whoops, I don't want to do that. Like that, right? This assist hits so high that if I jump towards her, I still have to block it. If I'm in the air, there's a good chance I'm going to end up blocking it, and she's advantage. Suddenly, she can establish this into a cross combo situation where, you know, she's got this kind of thing going on, and, you know, you can do whatever you want, right? So threat gets established very, very cleanly from neutral because she can force her way in so easily, just because she moves around, you know. She's got big normals to kind of help her get in. She's got really good jump cancelable normals to get herself in. Like, you know, you got all that good stuff, right? So from here, you can kind of see, like, oh, it's pretty simple as to how that works, but the main thing is calling your assist is a very low risk measure, right? If you can confirm that they block your assist, you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to be able to transition into an offensive situation safely, right? And this is the kind of thing that people talk about in Dragon Ball, where they're like, oh, you got jailed, bro, like, oh, welcome to jail, you can't do anything. Like, those kinds of scenarios are very strong, right? Because here, I'm going to try to jump out of this. I got hit on jump startup, right? I don't know if you can make that airtight, but that's already tight enough to persuade me to stay on the ground, or I'll have to push block. Just because I blocked an assist in neutral, right? Just because I blocked an assist in neutral. And not all teams can do this, right? Not all teams can do this because of their kinds of assists and how much blocks then they have, but this is kind of like a property of Gord's assist that, you know, makes it work pretty well. So, you know, he's got other great assists too and stuff like that, but that's just like a very quick property that you need to, like, internalize that concept here. Low commit, you're free to do whatever you want as the point character, you know? But the main thing is that you're keeping them in such a constrained situation. Is there a gap directly after the partner cancels their There is when I'm doing it, but I might not be doing it fast enough. It's a very small gap. You can't even jump out of it. So that's why it's pretty hard. So the same thing goes for Gordeau with Ruby Assist. Well, so Gordeau plays this game, right? His anti-air is really good. He's got like this really good screen presence with his anti-air, but he obviously has a little bit of trouble controlling the space in front of him, right? So you've got this great assist. Wow, what a wonderful assist. You block this. Oh my god. Right. But you haven't established a sandwich position. Oh no. Well, you're Gordeau, and your mix-up comes from this. Right? Your mix-up comes from doing that. It doesn't come from sandwich positioning. You have a freaking command throw that you could, you know, change from and just do a lot of damage. It's unburstable, right? So you don't necessarily need sandwich positioning, but it does help, right? But these are pretty like clear-cut examples of very quick and almost guaranteed transitions into pressure situations unless your opponent burns resource, right? Because even if your opponent wants to reversal, let's just say here, I'll just make it easy to display. I don't know the timing. I don't play this team. Right? Right? Your DP whiffs. Your DP whiffs. Your super does Punisher if you're Ruby, but you know, maybe not every character has a super that goes that far, especially considering the amount of distance that they build while doing this pressure. So in concept, like, it's very restrictive against a lot of characters. Their DPs are gonna whiff her, you're still taking them mix-ups, like shit like that, right? And at the same time, you know, if they're not confident in their command throw, whatever, they're gonna do that, and then you're gonna be stuck in block stun. Right? You could do push blocks to get out, and there are ways to disrespect this kind of thing, but I am not really gonna show you guys that kind of thing because I kind of showed you guys that stuff before. This is more about the idea of how this stuff is structured, right? So in the first place, like, it's a very low commit, like quick, like, oh, I'm gonna call my assist and guess and see if you're gonna block it or not, right? And what did I really do here? You know, I called my assist and you blocked it, and suddenly you're in a terrible situation just because you blocked my assist. Very hard to get out. You need to spend a resource to get out, and that is kind of like the basis of where, yeah, delayed EX Reaper switch is hilarious. It's the best super. Like, that move is ridiculous. Ah! Oh shit! Oh, it ate the input on the flash, that's why. Oh hell yeah. Anyway, whatever. But, you know, the fundamental ideas are there. It's about the establishment in the first place and how low risk it is, because in both of these scenarios, it's about using your assist to gain this ground, right? And that also means if you can get a knockdown and call your assist like that, you can get a similar situation. Sometimes you can take a little bit more initiative and stuff, but, you know, yeah, most of the times there are full screen supers that will be able to punish this kind of thing, but it is what it is. So in terms of the kind of next step, right, your opponent will know that your characters have these strong neutral establishment situations, and you can just jump over Ruby 6P a lot, I guess, right? So this is where Gordeau anti-air comes in handy. It's so good at controlling the space above him. You know, he's got this assist too, and like, if he knows you're gonna jump or whatever, he could try to meet you in the air, and then, you know, if they happen to establish this scenario where there's space like this, and he just change EX Reaper and it's invul, you're like, shit, I'm stuck. Right? So it kind of keeps going. It keeps going, you know. It's not about the first step of establishment being so absolutely strong. There are, like, you know, layer 2s of low commit responses that can keep it going and keep it going. So the general theory of what is the safest way to go about things is about using your assist on Oki. So that's kind of where my team also functions. Let me go to character select so I can pick my nice colors.
Please select your character. Blake Belladonna. Hi. Get ready.
So this is a great thing if you play Blake. You'll understand a lot of Blake theory and stuff. So first, let's look at how Ruby Gord works, right? And try to apply it to this team, right? So say I have a high blocks and assist with Blake, not Blake, hide 5p, and it's pretty fast, and it's pretty big. So, you know, I'll try to do it. I'll try to use it and cross combo and do it again. But if you see he hops into the air, I can't do the second Palebringer immediately. So they can get out, right? They can hit him. Of course, Blake can do something, but if I do if he tries to cover that, I can just reversal super and I'd hit both characters, and it's scary, you know. It starts to get a little riskier for me, right? So what can I do? What can I do? Right? But if you CC before he does the hop, you have to CC immediately, right? And that gives you less time to confirm it, which is the problem. Right? And that, I believe, should be tight. Or at least close enough, right? I'm pretty sure you can make it tight. Here, let's try. Yeah, so that is airtight, right? But unlike Grim Reaper, I don't have a lot of time to visually confirm it, right? Because Grim Reaper's 2 hits and this is 1 hit. So you want to think about like pretty stable things we could do. Because as soon as we have, you know, a lot of shit going on, and you miss your confirm by a little bit, and he does the second hit, or you don't make that gap tight enough when you activate the CC on the first hit, your pressure goes to shit, right? And you kind of just wasted your activation. And activation is pretty strong, so you know, you want to make the most of that. So, judging by my character's strengths, I'm Blake. I have these big-ass normals. I got cute legs, but mainly I got these big-ass normals, right? So, let's do this. Suddenly we have like a bit of structure from blocking this assist. Suddenly, I can't do much, right? Suddenly, I am stuck in jail. I'm in jail. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm in jail. I can't believe I'm in jail, right? So, this is one thing that Blake can do to establish a sandwich, right? And her 2 and 4A is safe against most of the reversals in the game. So, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oops, I'm not supposed to get hit. And look here, I'm in blocks the whole time. I tried to jump out, I got hit by a low. I'm gonna try to jump here. I get hit. My 2 and 4 on jump startup. So this is a pretty good structure we have going already, right? What happens if I push block after the flash? Oh, he cross combo. He wants to do stuff to me, right? Oh shit! Oh, you can't push block and jump out because of hide assist, right? And technically there, you can push block and reversal, but pretty much it's a nice time to structure your CC flash after you have the jump cancel available, because at that point, you know, they either decide, I'm going to push block here and push block Blake, right? So Blake gets pushed back, but I'm still in range of Palebringer hitting me like almost immediately. I can't even jump out after push block. So that's nice. And Blake, obviously, as soon as you're blocking Palebringer again, she can come back in and, you know, throw her big chain things at you. They're scythes, right? So suddenly I have a pretty good structure. I'm like, you know, I can work my way in and I can keep them jailed while keeping them, you know, I can keep them jailed and transition into an offensive situation while I jail them. So figuring out how to jail people from assist calls is really important in this game. It's a very low commit kind of deal, but this is generally more important with faster assists, right? So, you know, let's think about how Gord uses Ruby 6P and he does this and they block it and then he throws another one, right? And that doesn't really seem to do anything for my team. So I can't really make that so tight, right? I can't really make that so tight. So what do? You know, I just don't have the option to make this a really, really tight deal, right? I don't have the option to make this a very, very tight, very, very safe deal in comparison to that Palebringer approach. So the Palebringer approach is going to take priority for me, right? Just because it's way, way, way tighter. I have so much time. They block it. I could just go in right here, right? But if I think they're going to block Orbiter and I expect that, and I want to throw another Orbiter, I can't really make a super tight block string here. Because ultimately, whatever I do is going to be pretty unsafe. Right? Because at this point, I'm like, yeah, alright, I blocked it. At least one of my characters gets nailed. I can't use cross combo activation to save him. Times are tough, right? But this team has like those good CC applications too, but they're just different, right? Because you're not going to be able to do those cross combo things with like Ruby 5P, right? But this team has a different approach for it, of course. You know, like I can use that for a similar kind of like projectile. Oh, they blocked it, and I just convert into my pressure where I can like go for a sandwich there with the pullback. It's a different kind of deal depending on the team you have, right? Right. So if I wanted to tag switch, you know, I could do stuff like that once I close the gap with Deadly Nightshade. So you have to know your character's options in terms of establishing the sandwich in the first place from those like safer scenarios, right? So it's worth considering. So that's why something like this is such a big deal, because I could just be doing a block string, and if I block Deadly Nightshade, whoops, I got a dash. Yeah, I'm in the wrong character. It's pretty hard with that. You could do it with 2B as well, like that, but there's a bit extra backwards momentum because of the change switch, but there are ways to do it specifically with vacuum and specifically without vacuum. So, you know, it's one of those things. You can't really do much with this, right? He kind of lands on them. You could do stuff with this, much harder. Here, I'll just try to show you. Right? And look, we got a sandwich. But it's very, very spacing particular. Right? Yeah, that just uses the momentum of dash normals. So, I mean, this team, once you establish sandwich, of course they have real mix-ups, right? Like, is that not a real mix-up? Does it not look like a real mix-up? Does that not look like a real mix-up? If I'm in cross combo, right? Here, let's just work our structure. Let's see if it's worth going into. Right. This team does not have the variables, actually. That's what I'm trying to say. You can create a similar structure without the variables. As long as you have the right ideas and how to do that with your team, right? Ruby Gordeau actually has fewer... Ruby Gordeau has more points to challenge in a lot of scenarios. What can you get off the hit and cross combo? Anyway, I'll just say you're not right, but I don't want to get distracted. So let's talk about what the hell. Oh, I got distracted, dude. Oh, you got me. You got me. You got me. Damn it. Yeah. So coming up with this kind of structure, depending on your team, you kind of have to be like aware of like the constraints and stuff. Right? Because look, oh, we got something, but it is way, way, way harder to like turn it into a very scary situation just because of the distance and hide assists being like kind of difficult for. If I could get 7K, you think I can't get 7K? Okay. Anyway, pretty much the distance is a big consideration, and that's one of the reasons why Ruby 6P with Gordeau is such a big deal. It's because he doesn't need to establish sandwich positioning, right? He can do this, and you block it, and suddenly he's got a scary situation just by being in front of you because command throw mix-up. So ultimately, you can take this scenario to, you know, go a little extra, do something like that, but keeping them in place while you do that is pretty tough. There are a couple of cute things. You've definitely watched Fame play, right? So where he'll do like, you know, he'll like do assist, you block the assist, and then he'll throw the projectile, and suddenly we have a much tighter way to establish a sandwich from you blocking the assist from full screen. So that is also a very valid option, but this also assumes that you have set your assist out on the other side of the screen, first off, right? Or the assist is already behind you. You know, you can do stuff like this. You know, you got whatever. You've got your full screen options. She was all the way over here, depending on your team, and you're like, hey, what's up? You know, the main thing is the switching character needs to be on the other side, just to establish a sandwich. Blake 5P can always do this, so Blake is a little complicated to come up with a structure for, but she's also very flexible because she's got a lot of options where if I'm the point character, right, suddenly I have a sandwich here. I'm not going to do 2-on-4 be change and cross combo because of the push block thing, but, you know, if I'm looking at another team, like where I can do this, I want to establish sandwich, right? You've got good moves that do that, like cross-up moves. Let's change. Let's be a cooler character. Well, not every team can apply cross combo this way, of course, right? We're gonna say it, of course, not every team can apply the cross combo this way. Right? So say you're Ying and you know you block Palebringer or whatever, and you're like, oh hell yeah, it's my time. You can do stuff like that, but it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. Sure, Yang has this command throw, but it's not that good. Yeah, it's safe to, you know, it's safe to reversals and stuff like that, and it's nice. It's nice to be able to space out the character you switch to, but yeah, you're burning your resources, and suddenly there are a lot of answers to this just because you have a hard time containing your opponent, right? And you also want to think about the most obvious second layer is where they push block you out. So, I mean, someone at this point give me a random team, and I'll try to think about, like, you know, ideas for blah blah blah. Yuzunu. Ah, Yuzunu's good, right? Yuzunu's good. Nu's a good anchor to talk about. I'll talk about Yuzunu here. Where is Yuzu? Easyoi Gord can apply this? Yes. I could show Easyoi Gord stuff too. So, this team, right? We've got nice ways to keep you in place. I should just do this for both characters so that I could show recordings and I can push block in the right way.
Get ready.
Yeah, going into sandwich is not necessarily a requirement, right? Because if you have something like a fuzzy, not only does that keep them in block stun and restrict their options a lot, it's so safe to go for. Because if you tag out of a fuzzy, you know, your character's invul, and then, you know, maybe they get push blocked and they're flying towards them, but they're invul and you're cross combo, and it's just good stuff, right? You don't need the sandwich. You don't always need the sandwich. So, but those things are very, very rare, right? You've only got some characters with like very, very flexible fuzzies or really good high-low. Like, good fuzzies in this game are like, you got Hyde, you got, I guess Ruby has fuzzies, there's Blake. I structure my team on their fuzzies too, which is another reason why I have good cross combo stuff, because I don't always need to fuzzy. And so, like, okay, here we got Yuzu. Right here, let's let's hurry across up one. There we go, right? What? So Yuzu, right, says, I don't care about push block. Which is very nice. Sometimes you can get her to get cooked, right, and you can jump out, right? So this scenario is not so bad. Your assist doesn't get like nailed, but I don't hate Naoto. And at that point you can change into new and be safe. But like establishing the neutral from here with Yuzu is good because she takes a good amount of time to just jail the opponent. Right? You can like have your assist attack come out to help you structure your string. Is something I was talking about last time. Instead of just calling your assist. I'm sorry for switching teams so fast, but instead of just calling your assist like Fame's team, right?
Get ready.
So this is why cross combo is so good for a lot of teams, and why some teams really need it. Instead of just calling your assist, and then you try to do the mix-up, and it's one shot, and you can't tag afterwards. In this case, you're using your assist attack as part of your block string, right? I don't know Yuzu. Right, you're using the assist attack as part of your block string, and because of that, like, suddenly your character's holes get filled, which sounds really sus, but your character's holes in their pressure get filled. I don't want to talk about that was like ridiculous innuendo. Right, but look, she got her holes filled, bro. Oh, I blocked this? I can't even mash. I'm in a sandwich. I'm Narukami. I throw my fist out. You know? It's all good. Labra 6 PSS is alright. Anyway. Yeah, Windows definitely called me out. I don't know what to say about that. But, I mean, you get the idea, right? You can use your assist attack to create a tighter string and then cross combo at that point. But obviously you want to apply this from neutral, and luckily Yuzu has such easy ways to transition into pressure from neutral because, hello, she's got a big sword. You know, whatever, right? Fast assists are good at doing cross combo like that, where you'll just like, you just do it and you're like, hell yeah, right? But usually if you want that kind of approach and movement from neutral, you need an easy way to apply sandwich, which Yuzu has, right? You need an easy way to apply sandwich, or you could even do this, right? Oops. I don't want that. How do I do this? Look at that. Much tighter, right? Much tighter. Much tighter. If I push block, I get reamed. I gotta block right. Now I gotta take the mix-ups, right? If I push block the assist, I have to push block it the right way. And then I right? So characters with easy ways to establish can pop the cross combo very early, but you know, you obviously need some way to do that, right? And cross combo has its own specific constraints for that, where you can, like, you know, you can tag and have your character lose their collision box, but you want to make sure that they also keep the opponent in block stun while switching into the other character. So they're very specific uses. You could do stuff like Jin 2C doesn't work for that, but you know, what I showed you with Hyde gets me the sandwich while keeping them in block stun so that Blake can continue pressure, right? So that kind of thing is pretty important for that structure. But doing it from neutral, only some characters could do that, right? And doing that from a far spacing is what really helps characters with like more independent assist, cross combo assist pressure, so that you could actually get into that position more easily. And it's kind of like a mouthful, but honestly it's pretty intuitive. But you have to first define the need to do that, right? Because if I'm playing Gord and Nu, right, which is a great team, I think that team is wonderful. Gord Nu, Gord Nu, Gord Nu, where are you? So, Ruby, Yuzu 6P is not as fast, right? You don't have to go for a hard read on the burst punish if your other character is far enough while you're doing your mix-up, because then you can just tag into the other character. No. 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 Stop trying to teach people the wrong thing. Stop. What was I even doing? New Gord. Okay. Where's Gord? Cool.
Get ready.
Yeah. There's a very specific time where you burst, where you'll get hit. But every character can have an invul move. Yeah. Just rip. But anyway. So, this is another team, obviously with Gordeau, where, you know, you don't have to actually establish the sandwich, right? You've got this nice girl here. Shh. I'm sorry, dude. I'll talk to you later. There are times you can burst, yes, and it's not exclusive to Ruby Gord as to why it's restricted either. Right. So if you've got homegirl out here doing Spike Chaser, right, and you know you cross combo activate, you have to keep her safe while she's doing this, right? So obviously, if you get hit, it's no good, and if she gets hit, it's no good. And when you do your command throw mix-ups with Spike Chaser, you could do him like that so that he's invul, and you know you get the convert with boom. Or I mean, you get stuff like that too. But obviously here, you know, you don't actually have to do that. You don't have to establish sandwich here. Yeah, 6P and command throw is really good, of course. You don't actually even have to tag. You don't actually even have to tag, right? So the reason why you might want to tag is because it, you know, it means that you can make your point character invul, right? And from here, one of the reasons why new is so nice is because while you're holding your partner button, your assist is invul, and you're full screen, and you catch them blocking, and you have liberty to do whatever you want, right? So if you're mid-screen, especially, this is very nice. So I'm here, Gord's up in his face, or I would do a, or whatever the move is. I don't really know, but you get it. You get it. Oh, he slide, bro. But yeah. So new is an interesting case because of that kind of structure, right? So this is just another example of how to establish the structure with another character. If you don't have sandwich structure already, even from that distance, which you can get mix-ups from, right? Because look, if I'm new, I shoot you, you gotta block that way. I shoot you, you gotta block that way, right? Or I'm Gord, I hit 5B, you gotta block that way. I hit 5B, you gotta block that way, right? So we've got mix-up already. So if we don't have this, right? She can parse her to actually get into position and use her assist to do that, right? And so this is why holding assist is important as a part of coming up with this structure. You will need to do this, right? You'll need to do stuff like that, whatever it is. Your spacing has to be good with new. I'm not a new player, but that is your structure. You know, you keep it going. One character does the pressure, the other character does the pressure, and then one character takes advantage of the pressure to move into position. And then if the other character push blocks, you want to be able to like be safe on that. Stuff like that, right? That guy at Arc Revo, it was not his team, it was just him. He just plays Hakumen like really well. His Akihiko did like nothing. It was like all his Hakumen. It's really funny. But so, I mean, kind of seeing where other teams have constraints, right? My team structure is I go from, you know, I could do stuff like that. The thing about this team is, whoops. If I'm Blake, right, I'm like, I have stuff like that. I was showing this a little earlier. Like, these kinds of strings where a character can just pass through while keeping it airtight are really good. Well, here, let's look. Let's try to do something. I'm holding up back, and I got hit by the cross-up, right? So my point character's safe here, which is the most important thing. Technically, she could DP and hit the assist, but I would just wait for the assist to connect and visually confirm it, right? So what the other guy said about like doing cross combo on the first hit, well, Mika 5P has more of a range restriction because like look at this. I get my left right mix like way far. Right. So like what is it? What was I saying? What was I saying? He's definitely not the JP Bojack. Yes, Blake 5P is ridiculous. Welcome. Welcome. She's here! Wow, she's in the back. So, doing stuff like this. I mean, oh yeah, you know, I'm playing Blake Hyde and I want to establish sandwich pressure. Oops, I suck. Right? What do I do from there? What if I'm really far? I could just do some stupid things. Obviously, if BB pushes out too far, you know, maybe I should just do 5A, but 5AA is not jump cancel, only 5A, so what do I do? I would have to do a shorter string, probably. Maybe I'll do 2A. Let me try 2A, 2C, 2B, 5A. Right, that might be a nice string. And I did the wrong assist because I'm dumb. Nah, you don't want to do 5B, 2A, 5A. The main thing is I'm giving myself 2 hits to confirm in each scenario, and it's not a bad thing, right? So actually, I should do it with this. Just so I can show you guys what happens. Right? So suddenly we've got a much tighter string. I've got a lot of hits to confirm. Oh god. I'm sorry. So we can't do 2A. What was it? I did 2B, 5A? 2B, 5A, yes. Right, so this scenario doesn't look so threatening. But I've jailed him. I've jailed him, right? And when you get jailed like that with Hyde, he can start to fuzzy you. Right? He can start to fuzzy you if I could ever do this. Because every time I play somewhere else, I play offline, I go online, I'm like, oh, I can't do the fuzzy anymore. I'm just really sad. But you get it. Like, Hyde doesn't necessarily need to establish a sandwich, which is another reason why this assist is so good. Yes, EasyUI can do stuff like this in cross combo, for sure. Because she has a also nigh universal fuzzy, which is cool, right? Someone asked about EasyUI Gord before, right? And that is a good team. I will say here, EasyUI Gord. Where's Gord? Where's Gord? So now I'm just showing you guys like random examples of how you would try to approach this kind of concept with your team, right? I mean, you have to be creative ultimately. It's pretty sandbox. But don't forget, the initial idea is that we are trying to maintain low commit actions in neutral. Right? If I can maintain a low commit action in neutral with EasyUI Gord, holy shit, that's tight, right? Wow, we did it. We figured it out, guys. That was mad hard. That was tough. That was tough, guys. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why her teleport's really good, of course, right? So, Yujin, I showed why their sandwich options are not that good with slide. Yes, and then you also get command throw RPS from Gordo, right? But if you do command throw stuff, it is better that you... Like, it's better that you, you know, it's better that you... This team has a command of 6P. Oh, they don't have command of 6P. That's tight. Sad boys. Oh, corner. Well, it's not really about only when you try to establish sandwich, right? Yes, S hide has good options during sandwich. You can figure them out. You can do it. Here, look. Let's figure out something. Here. I'm Gordo. You block Estrella. Cool. Let's do something. Not bad. Could be better. Maybe I'll use 5BB. That sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a good idea to me, Chief. Sounds like a good idea to me, Chief. Doesn't have to be really complicated. Sometimes if your tag move is really that long, you can just jump over just like that, right? So, you know, you just got to figure out how to do it. A good starting point is using your assist and neutral as the kind of assist they are, right? So obviously I'm not going to use this and be like, how do I turn this into cross combo pressure, right? But what's a time where I might use this? I might jump over you and use it, right? And at that point I can establish this in the cross combo pressure. Or, you know, I'm a little far back and I kind of want to cover my retreat and I do that, right? I do that. And I know they're going to block the saber. So I can convert that situation, right? So it's not only about your assist blocking, like making them block, but you have to use your assist in a way where they'll be positioned correctly and you'll be able to establish the sandwich here, right? So, oh no, don't shoot at me. You got everything. You got options. You got options. Sometimes you could just air dash over them. She's got that too, right? She can slide through you. A lot of characters with slides can do that. You know. The idea is low risk, neutral, and then derive the next things, right? Oh yeah, I don't want to get shot by Saber on the ground, so I'm gonna jump. Or I don't want to block Gord 5P while I'm chasing Ruby, while I'm chasing Izuyoi all the way in the freaking air. And like, oh, she's only got one air action in this game. This is stupid. Right? Like, I don't wanna get hit by this. You can figure out ways to transition into it, but ultimately finding that structure in the first place is pretty important. So, safety. Safety first, guys. Safety first. Don't be silly. Lab out push block, right? Don't be silly, lab out push block. So, a lot of these options seem great. Very easy, whatever, you know, you just do them. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do my cross combo pressure. But depending on the kind of pressure structure, as I talked about earlier, so here's where I tell you guys, be safe. Be safe, guys. Don't go too crazy, be safe. Kind of show you a difference. I remember when I told you guys, you know, not all mix-ups are created equal, right? Not all CC structures are created equal. Usually you want to have one character like independent in some form, right? So let's say I do some mix-up, right? Where I guess I'm hide. I'll be hide. Chuck this orbiter at her, right? Oh hell yeah! Eat this shit. Right, so obviously, oh my god, what am I doing? What am I doing? Right. Hope it's not airtight. Okay, it's not your type. Cool. So DP, come on. So this mix-up is so tight that my reversal will go the wrong way. Oh, the right way, rather. Right? It'll go the right way. My bad. I knew, I just said it wrong. So that's not good, right? We don't want that kind of structure. Usually, you have a huge advantage if you have big as hell normals on your changing character so that you can be spaced out so that you can do delayed mix-ups, right? Because then they have to manually time their mix-ups. Their pressure responses. Right, so that makes sense. I'm gonna DP this bitch. No, she's invul. She's invul, bro. I'm trying to hit her. You can tag. The tag. I have to freaking press the recording button twice, and then. Right, so it's a lot harder, but still possible. Just really have to delay it, so you have to know exactly when the mix-up is coming. Otherwise, you will do it wrong. But that's what it is. So we'll go back to our original, like, here's our CC structure. I've established the sandwich pretty safely. I want to think about push block responses. What can I do about push block? Do they just get out for free? So here we've already established that they don't get out, right? What if I push block to the next hit? What if I push block hide? Right? Blake just landed in front of me. Not bad. Not bad. What do we got? I have a feeling. Right? Right? Maybe we can, maybe we can make that a little better. Does that work? Is this safe enough? Oh! That looks pretty safe to me. Actually. I kind of like that. What happens if I try to jump? I blocked the Blake J2A, so she is advantage there. So at that point, did she lose mix-up? Did she lose mix-up? She kept her positioning, kept me in place, safe jumped the reversal. Obviously, I could do some crazy shit. No. I could do some crazy shit. Maybe. I can do that. Ooh. I was thinking maybe I could backdash out, but like, you know, she has options, right? So what if I push block her when she lands? Or I push block the second hit of Palebringer? Obviously, Blake is already in your face, right? So, I mean, we're gonna dial back and be like, fuck. Like, you know, if I have to respect that long, she's already kind of potentially given herself the time to establish a sandwich, right? And that's not what I want to let her do. Right? I don't want that. But she's already closed the distance and dissuaded me from being able to push block in a lot of certain other portions of the string. Right? So this is like very high risk. Right? We don't want to block Palebringer while I have cross combo gauge and I'm Blake. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be smart about this, and I'm gonna jump over, right? So let's be cool and let's jump over Palebringer. So cool, right? Right? So you still put yourself in a mix-up situation, but still put yourself in a mix-up situation. But you need to be able to know how to turn those derivative situations into something scary, right? Oh, right? That was not good. Why wasn't that good? I tried that way too fast, and by the time that I would have landed, I would have been safe anyway. So we could try this. Easy enough, right? Pretty easy. What happens if they push block me? No big deal. It's not a very committal way for me to sandwich. Stuff like that. Maybe they get out, but they're still in range. Hide is in their face. Well, if I delayed it right. You know, whatever. So, going on and on and on and on, right? But ultimately, my next step, right, that I showed you, for me, it was very low risk. JA. Or, I just let you jump over, right? And I still want to maintain this spacing, right? So, that's how my team functions, right? This is why my neutral's strong, you know? I jump in the air, oh shit, like, you know, my assist is behind you, it's scary, like, you know, my projectile's coming, it's scary, my run speed's really fast, I can close the distance, and as soon as I get you blocking, I have established a very safe opportunity for me to transition into cross combo, right? But the idea is to play low risk to get to these things. So, I mean, I've been talking about this for an hour, I hope that's been pretty conclusive. You kind of have good ideas on how to do this kind of thing, what you should be looking for. I cannot stress enough the safety and dealing with push block properly. So just an example, the kind of structure that I showed with my Palebringer, 5B2B, IAD kind of string, that's really nice, right? This whole thing is so safe. Like, it's just great, right? You can establish a sandwich even by doing like, what if they jumped over Palebringer and then 4P when he goes into the air? So that's the counterplay, right? Because what are they doing here? Right? Say they're trying to... What are they trying to do? All I did was call my assist. My assist whiffed. It's behind you. I could cross combo from it. There are options, right? But the thing is, because it was so not committal, where all I did was move and look at where you are, and I established this huge threat just by pressing one button. And now you gotta dance around the screen, and I can take advantage of that, right? But I want to obviously take advantage of that in safe ways, right? So that's kind of where Blake comes in, right? I gotta, hey, we're far. You know, it's good time to do stuff. Good time to do stuff. Oh, you called your assist? Oh, I'm just gonna put you in block stun first and then wait and see what happened. So, the theme of neutral, the theme of what I showed you with Ruby Gord neutral, the theme of this team's neutral is low risk into high reward through jailing them, right? That's why it's low risk. That's why it's low risk. You put him in jail, bro. Send him to jail. Send her to jail. Send that girl to jail, right? She ain't respect you, send that girl to jail. Shh. Tell her, you ain't getting out of here. You ain't getting out of here. No. You wanna try to block this mix-up? No. So, yeah, your game plan is about low commit guesses, right? Because in this game, everything is so high risk, you know. You don't want to just be in the wrong space at the wrong time and suddenly you blocked Ruby 4P. I thought jumping was safe, and then they transition into a really good pressure string, and you have no options, right? So instead of going in there, how are you playing your neutral in the first place, right? So Blake is a great example for this, because how am I playing neutral with Blake in the first place? I have huge normal, so am I going to guess on you being here with my normal? No. It's so much safer for me to call my assist and wait, right? Or call my assist and see what you're doing, and maybe, like, you know, if I can hit your assist, or I know that you're so far, and I have such a guaranteed point to call my... Oh, that you haven't called your assist yet, that I could just press this button and, like, beat your assist out, you know, even if it doesn't catch your assist immediately. You know, there's a lot of hit stop on it, it'll stay there and hit the assist. Those are things to take into consideration in terms of what you want to structure your game plan around, right? And your game plan is, you know, to make it as simple as possible, you want to force your opponent to guess, right? You want to force your opponent to guess, and you want your next actions to be low risk. And, you know, you just want to play a very good style. And that's kind of where, you know, Ruby Gord is blessed, right? They happen to transition into these scenarios very well. There are not a lot of opportunities to push block and punish the characters, where there would be with many other teams. Like, say, like, you know, I am playing Blake Hyde, and I try to do this kind of pressure string. Right. Right, I could do that. I could do that. It's not entirely safe, right? If I delayed like that for them to get out of block stun. So I have to initiate block stun on my own. But then I have to be aware of push block, right? Right, so let's look at that string now. Oh, look, we got a cross up, right? It's pretty good. I'm okay with that. I push blocked and I tried to mash. Times are tough. The B is capital. Thank you for the sub, though. B is capital. I hope I have more dumb emotes soon. I'm gonna do my giveaway at the end of this week. It's only gonna be for a couple days. I'm gonna give away one of the hoodies, like with the new TSB character on it. Whatever. Alania, a Godshot Drew. My camera's fucked up. Hey. Balake. Yeah, she looks like Blake, dude. Anyway. Yep. Yes, I will continue to make content. I hit my sub goal, so I'm gonna do my write-up on... I would say top 20 characters. I was gonna do top 15 at first, but I made my sub goal 20 subs. So I got the 20 subs, so it's gonna be top 20. So I can't complain. But I'll definitely make sure that's worthwhile. I'm gonna upload my first part of my video series on YouTube. Yeah, no glasses is hard as fuck, dude. I think that's about it. So, I mean, to condense it, right, we'll just say low risk establishment and neutral. Your game plan should be based around low risk options, blah, 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 right? And calling your assist is one of the lowest risk options. It's in the archive, but I did not upload it. No. Right, so look, I called my assist here, covered all their... covered the wake up options. I don't have to worry about this. I could fucking cross combo if they're gonna hit me. Yeah, I'll export it to YouTube. I didn't do it last time because there's a 24-hour restriction on uploading things to YouTube if you're a Twitch partner. So I could do it today. But anyway, I am glad I kept this one a lot shorter. It was an hour. I hope you guys understand what I mean by game plan structure, right? Because your game plan is you'll die if you're here. So I can force you to move. And I can force you to move. I can force you to move. And my option set is this, right? And you want to define that for yourself. And in a game like this, it's really important to define that for yourself, just because it is so sandboxy, right? Because you could do so many things. You could call your assist here, call your assist here, call your assist here, and you have to be aware of your opponent's options in establishing this as well, right? So if I wanted to talk about how my team navigates around Ruby Gord.
Get ready.
So sometimes, this is like the most obvious example, and you guys should do this for sure. Right? Fuck. I'm Gordo. Let's go. I'm gonna do this. Right? And he gets in. Right? He gets in. So what happened? Is it on random playback? No. Alright, so I want to get it. Help me get it. So if I block this, I can't DP him. If I block this, I can't get out. If I block this and mash, I get nailed. So I don't want to be here. Clearly, I don't want to be here. Right? So how do I avoid this? Right? So if he was a real player, right, he would see me jump in the air when I avoid Ruby 6P. So Ruby 6P, cool. I jump. What does he do here? He could anti-air, and it's pretty low commit, right? And then once I block his anti-air, he can hold Ruby 6P, wait for me to fall down, make me block Ruby 6P, run up, and chuck me, right? So suddenly, I'm just like, fuck. It just keeps going, right? So, you know, I have some pre-committal answers, which are not high risk, right? Because obviously, if she's there, I could be like, boom, I'm just gonna slap her, right? I don't want to do that. That's risky as fuck. So, I'm like, oh shit. I got a projectile too, and it has a lot of durability, right? Oh, he cross-comboed, and he still got hit because my projectile got body blocked by Blake, right? Even if I don't body block the projectile, mine still has higher durability, and it will go through, right? So, ultimately, this exchange is pretty good for me, right? It's a very low-risk way for me to kind of do that, and I can even do some stuff. You know, I could do a little bit of shit if I really wanted to. You know, I could be like, hey, you know, oh, they blocked my 6P. You know, I could do stuff, right? Maybe I could even go into sandwich here. You know, I got options. I could transition this, right? It might take meter, but it's low risk. All I did was call Orbiter and move forward, and it suddenly helped me deal with my opponent's options at a very low risk. Right? So you want your responses to other team options also to be very low risk. Because I'm not going to run up here and do this, because if he jumps and calls her and comes down with the normal, I'm donezo. Like, oh shit, Ruby's going to get nailed. Well, imagine it smacked me. Because this Gord player in your imagination has a brain, right? Imagine that. So this hide 6P response is, you know, really good, right? Really good. Normally you can body block Ruby 6P, but right, you can body block her 6P with almost anyone. So at this point, what does Gord do, right? He's like, if the projectile is not out already, he can hit Hyde, right? So that's why you do have to set this out early. But this is considered a way of controlling the pace of the match too, right? Because now he's going to be reluctant to kind of just be able to, like, you know, try to force himself on you. And he's going to try to work around it. You know, he's not going to be so liberal with his Ruby 6P calls, and then you can take advantage. You know, if he's waiting here, I'm going to call my freaking assist. He's going to block it. And then times are tough. You get it. Cool. Alright. So hopefully that little counterplay example helps you come up with ideas. Sometimes your options are not really based on threat, you know? Sometimes they're just based on, you know, raw properties, raw strength in situations, and like figuring out what is strong. So raw strength for Hyde 6P is its durability, right? It's great hitbox, just a great move. Durability is so good. Gordo 6P is a projectile, yes. Doesn't go full screen though. How do I get this clash? Come on. Clash. She fucking blocked it. Stop! Yeah, it's good. Oh, there we go. It clashed. Yeah, it is projectile. Yeah. Anyway. Cool, hour 15 minutes. Not too bad for me. Usually I'd ramble on and on. I got to show you guys a couple examples. How to structure from neutral. Right? And a lot of those things, you know, your assists are your main low commit options because, you know, you could bait anti-air with them and stuff, right? Oh god, I guessed on you guessing on anti-air, right? So I bait your anti-air, and oh yeah, I baited your anti-air. Time to hold the mix-up. Great. Or I got in. Time to hold the mix-up, right? So just figuring out like what's strong. Do you want to be greedy with the tag bar? No, you want to be very safe with it. Because imagine you do your Oki, right? I do my Oki. If I don't have 50% meter here, Hyde just takes damage for free, right? And if he's hurting, right? So there are times where I'll see that there's like, you know, it's a worthwhile life exchange where my point character is safe. They're gonna do a super on and wake up, and they might hit Hyde, but you know, I could kill the character. That's hella worth it. So at that point, yeah, I'll call my assist. Take the hit. But otherwise, it's pretty scary. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna take a little break. I don't really want to net play. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'll definitely be back. I know I'm gonna stream. I'll try to stream tomorrow night, so I can do my I can announce my sub giveaway stuff. I don't really know what else. You know, I had blah 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 blah. That's about it. Please let your brain juices flow. I'm not gonna show you exactly what it is with your teams, but I will give you like examples and stuff. I mean, I can't go through like everyone's teams and stuff. Yeah, sometimes spending your assist meter is good just because you want to be able to keep them in a guaranteed situation and establish a sandwich, right? So like this is a very worthwhile assist call, right? I'm like, oh shit, you're here. Sometimes you can even guess on things, right? So say I'm doing my pressure, and I'm like, is he gonna mash? And I do my frame trap, but I don't want to be unsafe. So in this case, not only did I get to frame trap as my guess on offense, I got to sandwich. So yes, it's very worth the 50 assist meter, I think. You don't always want a neutral call. Sometimes just having your guaranteed situation is nice, but you have to make it worth its while, you know? Because if the mix-up doesn't work out, you gotta figure out how to keep them in block stun, maybe get your assist meter back, maybe get some neutral calls in there, you know. Stop distracting me. I gotta go. Thank you guys, all the new subs have been pushed.